Hey, hello everybody, my name is Cool Blue, and I'm bringing you guys this game in the Join Dota League. This is Join Dota League number 4, Season 4 by the way. And this is the second game in Compa Gaming versus Quenching My Desire. Unfortunately, Cool Blue wasn't able to move fast enough, so I will be casting this from Dota TV once again. But hey, it's okay, because we can see ourselves a nice little replay thing here, and we can just back up and see all the action, even if I miss it. So even if I miss a team fight, I can go rewatch it. Because I'm so pro at this, of course. But as far as what we see so far, we see Koopa's Gaming versus Quenching My Desire. If I recall correctly, Koopa's Gaming won that last game. They had a really nice team fight-based team, and it worked out fairly well for them. Especially considering that Quenching My Desire kind of had a Slark on their side, so they really had a timing window that they really had to follow. But as far as the bands that we see though so far, we see the Razor band, the typical Razor, Brewmaster, Terrorblade, Death Prophet. I'm actually like the Death Prophet band because I do think she kind of makes the game boring more or less. Basically, gets Bloodstone, gets Tornado, Stick, Heart, Booster Travel, other things to make her super survivor, harder to harass, and shows up, just does a whole bunch of things. Just basically makes it like, I want to see interesting things in Dota. I want to see Ricky's played. Of course, he's not in Captain mode yet, so. Anyway. So we'll see. We'll see how the tide turns for us. First pick on Quenching My Desire, we get a Viper. So it looks like we have somebody who's our natural, I guess now, so more so now than ever before, our natural mechanism carrier. So QMD will be going for that nice little safe, I guess, safe pick mid Viper. They will be have a little bit of fun with that. I'm actually a little bit concerned what their lineup will be then. Viper is really nice versus he forces people automatically out like TA. Basically, you can't pick a TA anymore because she's not as useful versus a Viper. I'm trying to think.
5 seconds.
Oh, Viper's really good at kiting people that might be melee and trying to be the carrier role. So people like Brewmaster, also people I liken because he's still in the pool technically. Viper can have a little bit of fun versus him. So it's a few things that Viper kind of lets you automatically mitigate from the game, as any pick naturally does. But on the same token, Quenching My Desire don't really give anything away at all because Viper can be playing all kinds of lineups. But like I said, he's usually a natural mechanism carrier. Sometimes people like to play him as a carry or as a primary farmer. I don't like that because I think he can't do much anyway. But moving along, Koopa's Game, they decided to pick himself up a Vengeful Spirit plus a Nature's Prophet. The split push will be real as you can ever call it. I'm just a little bit concerned now because with a Nature's Prophet pickup and a Vengeful Spirit pickup, do we see Koopa's Gaming going for more of a push, like full-on, let's push every tower down in 10 minutes type strat? Push strategies have been nerfed pretty darn hard, mainly because you get your fortified back after your tier 1 dies. So it does force you to go pick different strategies. And yes, I see Quenching My Desire see exactly what I saw. They ban out the Leshrac because they don't want to allow people to get a little bit more push. I've seen a few games, or I've seen one game actually. It was Leshrac who played the primary farmer, and he was doing fantastic things. Basically, his ulti was doing so much damage. He got a fast Bloodstone, he got Aghanim Scepter afterwards, and he was just ripping down towers as if there were nothing. And the game was only like 15 minutes in, and it was pretty darn impressive. 15-minute Bloodstone was pretty darn impressive to me. Probably because I'm really bad at last hitting and farming, but that's besides the point, guys. Let's not talk about my problems here. Let's talk about the people in the game's problems. And one problem I do foresee Koopa's Gaming facing is that if they do end up facing against somebody like a Slark, or maybe even a Wisp plus somebody combination, we just might see them have a Nature's Prophet who's just more so dead weight, or just free gold for a Slark, or the Templar Assassin, Wisp plus whoever they decide to pick up on the side of QMD. Nature's Prophet really excels at having being evasive, split pushing, while your team is focused on other things. So he's more or less kind of the person who plays solo a lot. And Slark is really good at ripping apart people who play solo all by themselves. Spirit Breaker is another person who's really good at that as well. Who's another one? Templar Assassin, technically she's a really good one, but like I said, Templar Assassin versus Viper is already a bad lineup. Actually, Templar Assassin on the same team as Viper, that might be a good lineup too. So Koopa's Gaming right now, they kind of have a really push-focused lineup, which we see Quenching My Desire, they ban out the Leshrac. Visage is technically good at pushing because his birds are really annoying and they can push pretty well once he does get a fast Aghanim Scepter. And actually Visage himself can become a carry too, so we just basically see Koopa's Gaming more or less kind of showing their hand a bit, maybe forcing a few bans out of Quenching My Desire. Maybe they had no desire to go for a Leshrac at all, but the main point is that you don't want to risk letting your enemy get what they want, especially when you have the ability to stop them right out by just banning that one hero that could be that linchpin that screws you all up. And speaking of being a linchpin, we got Scarlet Mage getting banned out because, hey bro, magic damage, OP, please nerf. Also, Scarlet Mage versus Nature Prophet is very annoying because Prophet can't TP out when he's silenced and he just dies every single time. It's, oh my gosh, it's annoying. This guy doesn't even need farm to do that. He just does it outright. But Quenching My Desire did decide to pick up himself with Ogre Magi, so far that lineup is looking pretty darn survivable, pretty darn tanky. Wish Doctor picked up by Koopa's Gaming. Now the tides have turned just a slight bit. More strategies getting revealed as the game goes along. Wish Doctor's Death Ward does a crap ton of damage when his teamfights do break out. The question is, do Quenching My Desire want to go for more of a teamfight based type lineup and risk Wish Doctor's ulti getting his maximum damage output out by bouncing things all over the place? Or do they decide to go for it? Actually, oh my gosh, they pick a Wisp into the Wish Doctor. I actually don't agree with this, but Quenching My Desire looks like they were listening to me or something. Totally listened to me in a 4-minute delay. Where basically they have the Wisp to basically counter more or less, with air quotes, the Nature's Prophet who likes to be all by himself all the time. Wisp CK right now would be devastating, in my honest opinion, because CK has enough HP to be as tanky as the rest of them. Wisp would be a slight casualty, sure, and also Wisp would be a slight liability now that you have Wish Doctor with his casket by some other place. With that said, you can also have someone like a Lich who would excel when you have people who like to hang out and be bruised until the end. Undying a decent pick as well. His ulti can amplify a whole bunch of damage, and Wish Doctor's ulti will be doing a crap ton of damage if Undying is right beside you. So that's one thing. Also, ET would be nice too, Outer Titan. But that makes you a little bit concerned about what the carry would be for Koopa's Gaming at that point. Carry Vengeful Spirit, some people like to do it. I don't like it. I think it's silly. I think it's silly. Don't do it. It's not worth it. But yeah, that's really it. So let me make sure it's updated. Alright, let's refresh. Alright, so Toaster Net is coming through. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, but I'm streaming. Let's say I'm offline. What's going on? What? No, I'm online. Come on, you're crazy. Stop, please.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I can see myself. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm not crazy. Somebody said I was offline, but it's okay. Anyway, my bad. Back to the casting though. We see ourselves the Undying. He was picked up. He's a nice pickup when team fights do break out. Quenching My Desire. They do have the Gyrocut to Wisp combination, which is decent. I've seen that a few times. By a few times, I mean I've seen that one time before, and I'm indifferent about it. I mean they can show up and help kill people, but that's about it. Basically, it just basically gives Gyrocut an excuse to continue farming. That's really about it. The bans on Quenching My Desire side, though, they banned up the Necrolite, which I'm not sure what he would really counter. I think he just basically would be really annoying as far as dealing with the push and all the damage that he can actually dish out if he does survive for a long time in team fights. And Bristle gets banned out by Koopa's Gaming, which Bristle Wisp, Bristle IO, Bristle I Bristle. That would be a decent combination. I actually do like that one. Also, the amount of control that you can have with Bristle just tossing a snot, Gyrocut to getting the right clicks in with the negative armor that you're facing will be pretty devastating too. So. Decent ban out, also a very tanky person that you don't want to be having on the lineup already that has Ogre Magi and Viper, who are relatively speaking tanky people to have on your lineup. Speaking of tanky people though, we have an Undying and a Dragon Knight on the side of Koopa's Gaming. The dynamic between those two is actually pretty nice. DK can just basically stun you, Undying can drop Tombstone, drop his ult, and drop a nice little Decay, and DK can throw his Breathe Fire afterwards and just does a bunch of damage. Pretty much really get a deal with solo targets. Now, my only concern though is how hard can Dragon Knight carry. In my honest to goodness opinion, I think Dragon Knight becomes a better carry at level 16 than he does at any other level in the entire game. I don't care how well he's doing. Once he does hit level 16, he's officially reached his full potential. His Ice Dragon is a free Scotty, and it's a free Scotty with Rain Splash. What more could you ever want from an ultimate? It's a really nice ability. And oh, by the way, it doesn't take an inventory slot, or technically two, assuming that ranged people can get Battle Freeze and get splash damage. It doesn't take 2 inventory slots to get it. It's just one ability, and you also have the rest of your inventory slots available. You can just do a crap ton of damage. So I think DK won't be that big of a carry, so to speak, until we see level 16 come out from him. And speaking of level 16, Elder Titan can be really nice as well once he does hit level 16. Of course, his ulti doesn't scale like, I don't know, a whole bunch. I guess the slow changes. I don't remember what happened with it. But on the main... But on topic, with our conversation though, Elder Titan is going to be really strong the longer the game goes on because he will have a lot more points in that return to order, which basically makes people like Undying, Witch Doctor, Nature's Prophet, and Invincible Spirit all die a lot faster. Luckily, Dragonite though doesn't really care about having negative armor, or well at least not necessarily negative armor, but he doesn't really care about Elder Titan to be blunt about it. And the main reason for that is because Elder Titan, what he does is his return to natural order, it basically reduces your base armor by 100% at level 4, once it's at level 4. DK gets a lot of his tankiness, so to speak, not from the amount of HP that he gets, because his HP gain is actually pretty high. Wow, I didn't know it was that good. Holy crap, DK has decent stats. Who would have thought? His HP gain is actually pretty decent as far as his strength goes, but his armor gain is really high because of Dragon's Blood. 12 freaking armor is a lot of armor to have. And it can basically just make DK just that much more tanky because he has so much armor. So reducing DK's base armor of 3 to 0 while he has 12 casual armor on Dragon's Blood doesn't really matter much to him. He doesn't care. Now the magic damage increase, it does become a factor. He needs to be careful about that, but that's really about it.
30 seconds remaining.
Wait, you get disarmed? What? Okay, sorry. I was reading the Agnoceptor ability on Elder Titan's ult. It looks like you get disarmed. You get disarmed when you have an axe. Okay, I didn't realize you got disarmed when you get an axe. I thought you got slowed or for longer, more damage or whatever. Anywho, right, recent change. Anyway, let's go and do introductions on the teams on the side of QMD. On this Wisp, we have Rido W. Moving over to, of course, is Gyrocopter. We see ourselves twitch.tv/Rocco Dota, so go check out his Twitch channel. Go shout out to you, shout out to you, Gyrocopter. Just be a baller. Moving on to this Elder Titan, we see Shortcut on that ET. Moving on to this Ogre Magi down bottom, we see Luscious on that Ogre, and last but not least on this Viper, we see ourselves Mitra actually taking that primary farm down bottom, so he will be playing the carry for his team. More or less, it's, I guess, safe lane carry. So to speak. Gyrocopter Wisp will be hanging out mid, which I have seen that combination quite a few times. Moving on around the side of KPG side, just to go ahead and give them introductions, we see Slander on that Nature's Prophet. On this Invincible Spirit, who looks very pretty. Look at her, she has wings. Oh my gosh, she could be just like Skywrath Mage now. We see LMGD on that Invincible Spirit. I actually like the hair. The hair's really cool. And on this Undying, we see ourselves Msaka. On that Undying. And moving on to this Witch Doctor, we see Jungle Mother on him, and last but not least, of course, on this Dragonite, we see Mom Gaming, or Gaming. Clearly trying to send a message. Meanwhile, on top we see Elder Titan versus Nature's Prophet. This is actually very fun to see because ET can actually be really aggressive as far as getting his right click out on top of people, despite the fact he's a melee person. He does have a decent amount of armor, not a whole bunch, but a decent amount of armor. And also his damage can actually go up quite high if he does get a whole bunch of creeps that can hit with Astral Spirit. So if we do see a slow ring on ET, I wouldn't be too terribly surprised, just so he can abuse the fact that he can just toss out his Astral Spirit all around the world. Now, of course, a Soul Ring on Elder Titan is more pub-top build, so we might not see that at all. Meanwhile, around the corner, we see a lot of damage coming towards Undying. Undying does get hit with a nice little stun from which. Oh man, the casket bounces coming out of Viper are real right now. He's actually taking quite a bit of damage to Corrosive Skin. He does have 1 point inside of it. Here comes the heal coming out from Viper. He does heal himself just enough to make sure Undying can't get the first blood, and Undying will be feeling a little bit sad about that. Gonna make sure that I switch my overlay. Sweet, I did. Holy crap, I'm good. GG, well played. And meanwhile, on top we got Elder Titan just being really aggressive versus Nature's Prophet. Like I said, a lot of aggression can happen from Elder Titan. You can just have a lot of fun doing this. And he also has a lot of regen, plus a stout shield, so he can actually take some of the right clicks coming out from the creeps, and he can also take some of the harassment damage that might be coming out from Nature's Prophet as well. Moving on back mid, we see Gyrocopter hanging out, just trying to get his farm. DK forced way back, has 1 point in Dragon's Blood, 2 points inside of that Breathe Fire, so he can actually do a nice little chunk of damage. Gyrocopter actually has the points of his missile, which I'm actually a little bit concerned about. I hope he's not going to be maxed his missile. I've seen a few times where Gyrocopter had maxed their missile, and it is, yeah, sure, free damage, because the mana cost, actually no, not really. The mana cost does go up by a little bit, just a very slight smidgen. But the cooldown does go way down, so you can basically just drop missiles all over the place, just like dropping rockets everywhere. Speaking of dropping rockets, we got Prophet going toe-to-toe with his Nature's Prophet. Actually, Nature's Prophet, or Elder Titan. Elder Titan going to be punching him in the face a little bit. Wish shows up as well, just for the right-click damage. And here comes the first blood, going towards Elder Titan. Nice aggressive play coming off from these guys. Nice rotation coming off from Wish as well. Who is going to be able to give herself a little bit, take advantage of the XP she just gained from that kill. Plus, Elder Titan gives himself an easy kill on top of Prophet. 2 points inside that natural order, so that's where all the right-click damage came from, more or less. Alright, so taking a look at that last team fight graph, which we can see here soon. If I can... Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. My bad, guys. Alright, I'll get it. Hold on, there it is. Alright, I see here from we see all the damage that came through, and we can't stare at it too long. We see all the damage that came through came out from basically just right clicks by the looks of it. Let me take another gander at that. Oh, speaking of ganders, we got DK dying mid. Wisp also helping out the Gyrocup to get a kill, so Wisp getting involved in quite a few kills. We might be able to see her get really aggressive here in a few moments, because her level 6 looks like it might be on here, just on like Donkey Kong. 2 Iron Branches in a bottle. What more do you need as a freaking ball of light? ET has Chunky Boots, so it can be even more aggressive versus Nature's Prophet. Use the Astral Spirit to its full advantage. Just use that Ash Stroller Spirit. Marching on through. More creeps, more damage. Prophet take a nice little chunk of damage. And ET will begin some right clicks in. One right click, looking for a second right click, does officially get it. Oh man, the Orb of Venom is not up on him though. It looks like the damage will be coming through Prophet. Prophet does officially get out. ET gonna be able to get all those kills, just being as aggressive as you could possibly be. We might be at that point where even Nature's Prophet has to go back to base just to keep himself, or go into the jungle just to get himself some farm and make himself competitive. VS Witch Doctor and Undying down bottom. This is really a kill lane, but they haven't really been killing much. Looks like Viper and Ogre Magi and crew are a little bit too survivable for them to deal with. So that is one of the fairly annoying things with their lineup right now. Undying is really good if people dive on him, but not really good at diving on people, to be honest, because Tombstone doesn't move. Vengeful Spirit is really good at jumping on people. Witch Doctor has a decent amount of control plus damage once you do get a point inside Maledict, but really, these guys don't really have... Oh my gosh, hold on. Sorry, keyboard fell. Don't ask. Witch Doctor and crew really don't have enough damage to actually take out both Viper and Ogre Magi, or either one, to be honest. Ogre Magi has enough HP plus armor to actually just run away and just make it alive. Viper has enough HP plus corrosive skin to just make it alive and just run away anyway. Undying's gonna need a few more decays to actually take those guys down. Quite a bit of HP to all those guys. Meanwhile, on top, Elder Titan have a lot of fun. He has himself what looks to be a Soul Ring up. So pub style build is pub style. We got more Astral Spirits coming out all over the place. We got Astral Spirits from the left. We got Astral Spirits from the right. We got Astral Spirits just pretty much everywhere. You know, Heishun gets bottled up by DK, so DK will be able to use that to be aggressive. Also, he might be able to use that to go ahead and push through. And I like the fact that QMD are having a nice pacing right now. They're kind of the ones controlling the game. Of course, they do have 3 kills. Despite the fact that the bottom lane of KPG is not really, QMD is not really doing much except for just surviving, really. Like, their safe lane's playing like a offensive, or a tri-lane would. And actually, speaking of a tri-lane would, we got Viper trying to run away. A lot of damage coming towards from Nature's Prophet. TP's coming from down bottom immediately. Elder Titan shows up, does a little chunk of damage. We got a lot of damage coming towards. And Viper is going to be able to survive. QMD does give himself a kill. Looks like the death does go to him, Viper, so Viper does go down. Slander on that Nature's Prophet does TP down bottom. Witch Doctor trying to TP out, does officially die, and now we got the rest of these guys trying to run through, pick up the scraps of what's going on. DK pops himself a Haitian, running on through. Mom might be able to find himself a Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter can't pop himself his stun. He will drop it and let it go through. And looks like these guys are going to continue running. DK comes on the corner. Nice little stun top of Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter actually might be going to, no, not enough damage. Vicious Spirit in a little bit of trouble. Gets hit in the face with the missile. 375 damage. That is a max level missile, guys. Gyrocopter says, bro, screw you, Cool Blue. My magic damage is all about that game. Man, these words are hard, guys. That could have been cool. The Cool Blue just done goofed, guys. I was going to say something about anacondas, but I felt that was inappropriate for children, so yeah. Take a look at the items, because Cool Blue can't think of what else to say. We see ourselves Viper with a Ring of Aquila, and that's really about it. No magic one, surprised we picked up just yet, especially considering it's Undying, who's just stealing stats all over the place. We got a Ring of Aquila also up on Vengeful Spirit, so is she trying to go for a carry is a big question. I said it once during the drafting phase. I really hope they're not trying to play Vengeful Spirit as a carry. She is looking like she's taking primary farm, and it does also look like these guys are trying to push this lane quite a bit. They do have the Ring of Aquila turned on, so it is giving that extra armor to the creeps, which does naturally push your lane towards your enemy's tower. I want to say if they wanted to control the lane a little bit more, they probably shouldn't have turned that recoil on, but hey. Who really knows what's going on? Stun comes on top of Viper. Now here comes the negative armor. Here comes the right click as well. Sorry, here comes the damage from the Tombstone as well. Ulti comes from Prophet, and Prophet TP's down bottom. Once again, these guys are just playing Clockwork Dota right now, trying to collect what farm they can, taking advantage of the fact that QMD don't really have a good safe lane. They're tanky, sure, but they can only tank up but so much damage. And the bottom lane getting pushed here. Vengeance Spirit, 1 point inside of that Vengeance Orb. And the Tombstone's down as well. All the creeps are dead. Easy, bottom tower is easy. Fortify not going to be coming through. For the Radiant, so Radiant do in fact waste the Fortify, so to speak. Meanwhile, mid, we got Viper going toe to toe with DK. DK does win the fight. Too much magic damage is too much. DK going to be working for what looks to be a mechanism, so he will be the mechanism carry for his team. Meanwhile, up top, Fortify does get used. ET not going to be able to continue punching that here. And I think Elder Titan, oh my gosh, it's Elder Titan building the Hand of Midas. Oh my gosh, guys. Shortcut on that Elder Titan building the Hand of Midas. That might mean we're going to see ourselves an Aghanim Scepter. I don't know about you guys, but I really want to see this Aghanim Scepter on ET. That would be fantastic. I may just be overhyping things, but still, come on. Come on. Elder Titan with an Aghanim Scepter, please. It was so cool.
Isn't well at the moment.
No, the question really is can Shortcut actually land it? And the answer is probably not really. Anyway, Wuss shows up. Here comes Elder Titan. Going to go ahead and chop through a tree immediately. Prophet in a lot of trouble. Slander going to be getting slanted to the ground. He officially goes down. Meanwhile, Elder Titan is having all the fun in the world. Mid, we see a nice little fight. Undying does give himself a kill until the Viper. So Viper just more or less dying quite a bit. Not going to be all that close to a mechanism if that was going to be one of his item builds. We got Raka. Raka has a missile coming through. It does hit on top of, oh my gosh, hits on top of Witch Doctor, takes almost all of his HP down. That is a max level missile, guys. We know this, but still, that thing does 500 damage. Minus 25% means at max damage that it can do, it can only do, what's that? 325? 350? No, 375, I think. 375 damage. Anyway, we got a nice little stun coming on top from DK on top of ET. Wuss does die around the corner. We got Mom actually taking a bunch of damage. Prophet shows up just to save his ally. Ally does still die because right click's a little bit too strong. Here comes the stun. Nature Prophet standing still for a few seconds. Ogre Magi are going to go ahead and wait. The stun can come through. Stun does come through. Swap comes out from Vengeance Spirit. Here comes a counter stun. Lush is going to be going down. The stun on top of stuns, guys. This is like the game of stuns. You use a stun or you die. And Prophet is going to be able to survive. Gyrocopter shows up. The missile is going to go ahead and start flying. A lot of damage coming towards Witch Doctor just out of right click. That's a double damage Gyrocopter. Missile flies and hits on top of Gyrocopter's face. Elder Titan Stomp comes through as well. Here comes the damage on top of Vengeance Spirit. She dies. And here comes the KPG lineup just more or less falling apart. Undying coming up just to help mourn his allies. Wants to, you know, mourn them properly by making them zombies. Tombstone not going to be coming down. Fortify already used. DK going to be TPing on top though.
Top tower has fallen.
So DK just going to go ahead and push this lane back a little bit, just use some damage control. ET Hand of Midas is officially online. That is a 11-minute Hand of Midas. It's fantastic. I see all the hatred coming out in just one pulse of hatred from me to Elder Titan. Just like, I hate that you built a Hand of Midas that fast. It makes me feel bad as a person who likes to play offlane / support. Anyway. Enough about my issues, guys. Right, back onto the game of Dota. We see the net worth is skyrocketing towards QMD. Mainly, they won that fight, essentially. They won the tower fight. They won also the tower itself. So they claimed quite a bit. Just good stuff happening all around. We got Vengeance Spirit going throwing swap on top of Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi taking a bunch of damage. Elder Titan ulti come through, pulls DK back into the abyss, and DK does officially go down. Meanwhile, we got Elder Titan going all in, just going full man mode, finds the Vengeance Spirit, trying to go for right click, not going to be able to find it. Instead, goes in and kills himself with Tombstone. Tombstone does go down. ET collecting that 125 gold. Gyrocopter missile come through. I don't think Witch Doctor's going to like what he sees. These guys can come forward. Wuss is going to go ahead and heal up the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter's going to go ahead and continue to chase. The homing missiles has him homed in. Will Witch Doctor die is a big question. A lot of damage. Pretty much half his HP gone. And Gyrocopter smashing him into the ground. TP comes out for Nature Prophet, but he actually cancels, continues to push up top. And Prophet looks like he's building a mechanism for himself, so he can keep on pushing, but he needs to send those treants in. Actually, no, okay, he decides against it. Gyrocopter can't kill them all right now. 3 points to that flat cannon, that's enough to kill all these treants pretty well. And Gyrocopter's build is actually looking pretty nice, despite the fact that he did max out missile. Gonna be building himself, looks to be a Manta style first. Could be a Silent Yasha, but likely a Manta style. Ulti from Gyrocopter comes through just to push back these creeps. Also, what's the other use for it anyway? Just pretty much a useful ability. Useless ability, my bad. Oh boy, I'm dropping frames, guys. Dropping frames like you drop bottles. Don't ask. Continue on, we see QMD do have the advantage as far as XP goes. The gold graph showing QMD still have the advantage. Pretty much the whole game is just saying QMD had the advantage. The Hand of Midas is up on Elder Titan, so that's going to help out the XP. Gyrocopter looks like he's building himself a BKB next. which is good. It'll help him deal with the stun from Vengeful Spirit. It'll also help him deal with the stun from Witch Doctor plus the stun from DK, so they'll be all fine. All okay with me, to be honest. Meanwhile, around the corner, we got a lot of people for the Dire actually hanging out, waiting for the Viper to actually get scout or killed. And it looks like Elder Titan Astral Spirit will be able to scout these guys out. Stomp comes through. Stomp doesn't catch anybody. But the relocate can come through because, oh man, speaking of relocate coming through, we got a lot of damage coming towards Undying. Undying is going to be forced to drop the tombstone in the middle where he doesn't really want it. The missile does come through, hits him in the face. Garkov taking a nice little bit of damage with the stun. Meanwhile, back around the backside, we got Eltine ulti coming through. Stomp coming through as well. Stomp does miss everybody completely. Here comes the swap from Vengeful Spirit on top of Eltine. Eltine, if he dies, that's going to be a lot of gold loss. That's a 419 gold loss going towards Dragon Knight. Not the person that you wanted to go on. And speaking of Dragon Knight, he's officially level 11. He's about 5 levels away from being that a super effective carry that he can be. Gonna go ahead and push that middle tower. Middle tower does go down. Once again, another fortified more or less getting wasted, not getting used at all. I think QMD are not necessarily using their fortifies as efficient as they possibly should. And KPG, once again, taking the advantage. They're gonna continue to push their second tier. And here's the fortify that we were expecting to see. They could actually drop the fortify last time around, but the TPs will come through. Looks like it will be first a Gyrocopter. Wisp and Ogre Miser are going to come together. Bros forever. And Rocco on that Gyrocopter is in fact built for the BKB. I was going to say his damage is not that impressive, but at least he has a Yasha, so his damage is actually somewhat decent. We see a lot of recipes up on the side of KPG. We do have a Dragon Knight working on his power chart, so it's going to be finished. He also built the mechanism, so he is going to be mechanism carry for his team. Earnest is getting picked up by Witch Doctor. We have a Jar of Endurance picked up by Vengeful Spirit, so she's not necessarily like a carry Vengeful Spirit, but she's a farming support. It looks like all the supports, to be honest, are actually getting nice and farmed up on KPG side. That's actually going to be a fantastic thing, especially when we consider that the net worth of the supports on the side of KPG side are probably a lot higher than the supports on the side QMD side. All these abbreviations, Jesus. But that's actually more or less true. We see Undying technically support. He is 3k versus Wiz is 2k, which is his closest comparable. And we more or less see these guys just more or less just flip-flopping back and forth. With Gyrocopter at the top, Ogre Mage at the bottom. So QMD are both the richest and the poorest on the map so far. And at the same time, they're just doing what they're doing. The gold graph hitting more or less about 0 once those towers did go down. And that's one thing a lot of people don't consider about tower gold. That's one thing I love about Dodo sometimes. That people tend to forget those small things. So basically, the gold graph that was in favor of QMD last time around was about, what, 2k? Before team fights happened or anything like that? That's and they were basically up a tower. So the reason why they were up was the reason why their gold graph was up so high is because they were up a tower. So they basically just equalized the tower on KPG side. And here we are, with the gold graph at 0. Although with that said, KPG are up technically by 1 tower, so if they do lose 1 more tower, then that means the gold graph is actually in favor of QMD by about 1,000. So they do need to be careful about that. And speaking of losing towers, it actually looks like they're positioning themselves to push this bottom lane. Bottom tower should be going down here in a few moments, Gyrocopter. Trying to get himself his BKB finished up. If he can get the recipe, that would be fantastic, but it looks like he has to wait. In the meantime, Elder Titan is in fact building himself a 4 staff, so I got excited. I saw staff which was oh my gosh, Aghanim Scepter, yes! But no, he's building himself a 4 staff instead. Ogre Mage around the corner. Gonna go ahead and give that Bloodlust to that Gyrocopter, and Gyrocopter's gonna continue to farm. Just playing Farming Simulator right now. This is what Farming Simulator looks like, guys. It's very pretty. And it involves a wisp that tethers to your butt. Or tethers to your missile. Okay, that's not appropriate. That's not appropriate. Come on, guys, come on. Let's be adults here, please. Internet. Anyway, Elder Titan 4 staff finished up. Viper hanging out top, collecting a little bit of farm. Nature's Prophet going to be going for, or he has a blade mill. Looks like he's going to be going for that full-on push. Has himself a Glove of Haste, working on looks to be a Maelstrom. So with his item choice so far, he's going to be able to just more or less try to, oh man, we got a relocate coming on through. Alright, on top of Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet going to immediately try to TP out. Does take a bunch of damage, does officially go down. Too much damage coming from Rocket Barrage. OP, please nerf. Rocket Barrage by itself. I think Rocket Barrage by itself pretty much killed Nature's Prophet. Let's see. Rocket Barrage does its damage for 3 seconds, so you get 10 rockets per second, so that's 30 rockets. That's 150 damage times 3, so that's basically 500 damage with a level 2 Rocket Barrage. Is that true? That's 450, my bad. Of course, you have reductions and stuff. Anyway, speaking of reductions, we got Nature's Prophet going for a swap, keeping himself alive. It's also throughout the stun, taking a bunch of damage coming from Gyrocopter. Gets healed up by the mechanism, still trying to run away through the fire and the flame. She carries on, and now she officially survives. The missile coming in slow motion death. Here comes the kill cam, F12. took a picture. She goes down, and here comes Gyrocopter, get himself a kill. BKB was used. He's going to be trying to go for the kill on top of this Undying, and Undying does TP out. It looks like the missile will be taking a slow journey. The slow journey on towards Undying's face. Let's go ahead and follow it. Let's go ahead and watch this kill cam. I'll hit F12 again, guys, just for you. Alright, so we'll see this. Missile's coming through. Missile's pending. It's coming through. It's going to hit him in 3, 2, 1. Damn it, I missed it. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. Cool Blue, sorry. I missed it. But anyway, I got the other one, though. That's all that matters. I'll post this on Twitter or something, just for you guys. But anyway, we see Gyrocopter. BKB finished up. He has phase boost. He's ready to build his bigger items. Ulti going to get dropped. Elder Titan dropping that stomp as well. See if he can try to catch a few creeps kills. Yeah, creeps killed. Does kill all the creeps. And bottom lane. Bottom lane going down. Towers are balanced out by the looks of it. Actually, no. One tower. No towers are balanced out. And we see the towers. QMD do have the favor in gold. 2k gold in their favor. Basically winning all those team fights. Also, the farm is looking fantastic on their side. Gyrocopter's net worth looking higher than my bank account right now. Actually looking way higher. Like 10 times higher. It's pretty bad. I know. Anyway. Now what else do we have? Items around the map. Elder Titan, Hand of Midas, we talked about it. We got excited. He didn't build an Agnes Scepter yet, so I'm sad. We got the Mechanism BKB. We're coming up on DK. And what was that? BKB coming up on DK. And what else do we have? We have Viper. Viper? No? Mitra? No? Mitra gonna do it? Oh, he's not gonna do it. Oh, I'm sad. The Fortify does get used by the QMD finally, and they do, I think they finally realized that, hey, they get their Fortifies back. But they do use the Fortify just to protect the top tower. DK sitting at level 11, still, actually, he hasn't changed level much since last time we saw. It does take a lot longer to actually get more XP, as you guys see right here, 2,200 XP is needed to actually hit that level, and I'm not sure what that really means in numbers wise, but anywho, stun from DK falls on Viper. A lot of damage coming from Wishtalk on top of Viper as well, and Viper will be able to stay alive because of his mechanism plus Magic Wand. One of the cool things about being a Viper is that you can survive things like that sometimes, not all the time. And offensive! Wow, no respect. Just flat out denies that top tower. Mitra survives the Wishtalk to ult plus a DK stun plus a DK's right click and just survives and denies. Survives and denies. That's his job right now. Just denying you your survival. Alright, but I'm still waiting to see something impressive coming from Elder Titan. I really want Elder Titan to get some, I'm thinking Blink Dagger. So he'd just be in the middle of that team fight, but it's really risky for him to do that. He has something coming out here. He has a curry going somewhere. Alright, it's going to him for, okay, TP scroll. Shortcuts! You're like such a tease right now, man. Oh, ooh! Radiance could be another thing he can build up as well. That would be a decent item. I don't like it, but I think it'll be a decent. Looks like he's going to go instead for either a Heaven's Halberd or a BKB. Likely a Heaven's to help him deal with the right click from DK. Speaking of which, DK working on that BKB. We'll have the second piece here after this creep camped out. Would have had that gold here if that creep camp would have died to him. Instead, Nature's Prophet just drops his ult. It says nope. Nope. My gold. Douchebag Nature's Prophet. Heck yeah. Alright, so let's go and talk about a few things on the map. So the dynamics of the game right now, specifically the state of this game that we're in right now. We have Ogre Magi, who has quite a few abilities to help counteract more or less the Vengeful Spirit. I like Ogre Magi as a support better than Vengeful Spirit, with the simple fact that Ogre Magi's stun to me feels a lot more solid. It doesn't have a travel time; it happens almost immediately. Oh man, the courier died. 875 gold. I wonder what was on it. Completely missed it, guys. Looks like Nature's Prophet did pick it off. It had 875 gold. Facepalm. Coming up from Elder Titan. Looks like it was Elder Titan's items. What was Elder Titan building? Oh, Void Stone. Okay, Tornado Stick. He's gonna be very sad about that. That's basically literally a 2 minute 30 seconds Tornado Stick will be coming up for him. But yeah, what I was saying was the dynamic right now of a Ogre Magi versus Vengeful Spirit. I actually like the Ogre Magi better because one, he's more survivable. Oh man, we got a lot of damage coming towards this Elder Titan. Elder Titan does go down. Witchcaster casting, bouncing around, doing a whole bunch of stuff as well. Nature's Prophet TP's out. He does have a missile coming to him, so he will be facing a little bit chunk of damage. Let's go and watch this again. Come on, homing missile. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. Off to an adventure. And 3, 2, 1. Yes! I think I caught it. I think I caught it. I can't check right now, but I think I caught it. I hope I caught it. I hope I caught it, guys. Anywho, we got Nature's Prophet taking a nice little chunk of damage. He will be able to survive.
Dyer's middle tower is in the wrong end of business.
Alright, we got the BKB coming up on DK. We actually got a team fight of some sort happening around the corner. We got Witch Doctor's Casket bouncing around. Garco taking a crap ton of damage. Also, Witch Doctor ulti bouncing a little bit on top of Wisp. And now we got, we got Nature Prophet going to be able to get the kill on top of Gyrocopter. Easy kills, easy. A lot of, oh, man, I thought Gyrocopter had killed the sheep, but clearly he didn't. Nature Prophet has a lot of null houses at least. So that means he has, like, all the intelligence in the world. He will be able to help DK help out take this Roshan down though. Once Roche does go down, once Roche does go down, they should be able to get themselves BKBs and everything else they want. I want to say Nation's probably going to be building a straight up Melnir, so it's going to be cool. It's going to be fine. Here come Treants, Witch Doctor heal up as well. Courier bringing something to somebody. And we see a lot of Blade Mails, holy crap. We see a Blade Mails up on Nation's Prophet, we see a Blade Mails up on Vengeful Spirit. We also see ourselves, what's this? Ooh man, Elder going for the Stomp. Stomp does just come down a little bit too slow. Invis Rune? Was that Invis Rune? Could have sworn I heard Invis Rune. Nation's Prophet killed Gyro. Whoa. What? No, that happened a long time ago. What's going on? I heard Nation's Prophet say something. I thought he picked up a rune, but he probably did. Probably a bounty rune. And the Invis rune does get picked up by Viper around the corner, so it's likely a bounty rune. Sorry, Cool Blue's drunk. Clearly Cool Blue's drunk. Sheepstick will be coming up in Nature's Prophet, so that's a good item. I actually like that. Undying will be building himself a mechanism. It's going to be fairly late. Oh, my bad. That's going to be a Pipe of Insight. Right. Because this is one of those things. I was going to be building some Pipe of Insight, so that will be actually a good timing for it. 25 to 30 minutes is usually a good timing for something like a Pipe of Insight. Generally speaking, the later the game goes, the more you want to have a pipe, because magic damage is still relevant late game. It's a lot more powerful late game than it was early game. Specifically in the case of Gyrocopter, just tossing out his stupid ulti plus Rocket Barrage, doing a casual, 7k damage for no apparent reason. Having a Pipe of Insight is actually useful. It can help make Witch Doctor a little bit more useful by keeping him survivable. It can help make Nation's Prophet a little bit more useful by keeping him alive. And it can help DK out quite a bit because he has a lot of armor. We talked about it. And also, oh man, the Elder Titan. Holy crap, I forgot about Elder Titan. I was an Elder Titan who's reducing all your magic resist by quite a bit. So being able to just block flat out just some magic damage is actually really, really, really useful. Anyway, so we got the golems getting stacked. Gyrocopter looking for a little bit of farm. Rocco, gonna start the right clicks. And here comes the farm. Bloodlust plus a whole bunch of right clicks. Gyrocopter attacking so fast, getting all the kills in the world. Just collecting money right now. MKB finished up too. His damage output is looking ridiculous as crap. Still no Manta style, so I'm a little bit sad. But hey, casual Yasha, why not? That's all I need. Nature Prophet actually TP'd into this side, waiting for somebody to bring the courier around. Throws the Observer Ward instead, and Slander actually almost lost his life. Like I don't know how close he. I don't know if he knows how close he was to just flat out dying. So he's going to place an Observer Ward in the middle of the lane and TP's out. Nice little secret ninja Nature's Prophet. Feeling cool about that. And what else do we have? Nature's Prophet. Elder Titan finally finished up his Tornado Stick. The Courier did come back alive. Viper working on his Aghanosceptor, so he can actually just drop them things like they're nothing. Meanwhile, Ogre Magi has not even close to Aghanosceptor, so still a little bit more effective than Vengeful Spirit, but Vengeful Spirit does have a lot more farm than Ogre does by a long shot. Ogre at the bottom of the map, whereas Vengeful Spirit, she's kind of more towards the middle of the map. She actually has more farm than the Viper, which is actually a little bit questioning. Especially considering that she has Aegis. Oh, I didn't realize she picked up Aegis. Holy crap. So she can be a suicide-like. Just jumps into the middle of the fight, swaps somebody out, drops her blade mail, says, "Bro, I dare you to kill me." They kill her. She comes back alive, drops another stun, has a little bit of fun with her life. So LMGD, I like what KPG are doing with LMGD on that Vengeful Spirit. They're just trying to use her as the initiator. That's okay. They do need somebody to initiate the fights. Whereas QMD, they kind of have the Wisp. To a certain extent, they kind of have the Wisp Gyrocopter as their initiators, and they also have Elder Titan, also to a certain extent, as their initiators, assuming he can actually get an Echo Stomp off. But the question is, how effective will this really be for these guys? Yay, negative armor. Oh, look at the damage. Wow. Look at PS's damage. Holy crap. 97 plus 90. Oh, right. Vince's aura. Right. Okay. Of course. And also negative armor. just having a little bit of fun. Speaking of having fun, Viper Aghanim Scepter, or Aghanims, however you want to pronounce those, because you know, pronunciation is hard sometimes. Aghanim Scepter's finished up on him, so he will be able to just drop his ult casually whenever he sees fit. Auto Titan's going to go ahead and throw out the stomps to slow down the push a little bit. It looks like Mom Gaming is almost level 16, about to reach his full potential. Does officially have himself a high percent though, so his right click is actually looking pretty nice. Viper ulti flies through. DK going to take a nice little chunk of damage, and here comes the rest of the right click coming out from DK. Elder Titan has his Astral Spirit just being really annoying. DK does not want to get caught up with the stomp, because if he does, it will be very bad. Elder Titan going to go and start scaling the stomp. Stomp does come through. And here comes the damage for the tower. Looks like we will be forced to see ourselves a team fight happen here. I think this is QMD's moment to go and strike. They are going to go and pop that fortify. Here comes Elder Titan ability coming through. Stomp will be coming through here in a few seconds. Looks like he's trying to find the position to go for it. Looks like it just will go down. Viper ulti comes through once again. Here comes the stomp. It actually catches two. Might be good for them to jump on it, but looks like they're going to say no. LMGD does in fact have himself. Okay, I thought I heard a relocate. Could have sworn I heard a relocate. But LMGD does have the Aegis about to be. It did run out. There we go. I say LMGD on the Visual Spirit does have the Aegis about to run out, so it might be a good timing for them. But the Aegis just casually runs out. VS gonna go ahead and be sad. Buy yourself a BKB to make up for your troubles. Because when you're sad, why not just buy BKBs? That's what you casually do. Speaking of casuals, oh my gosh, I say the word casual too much, my bad guys. Slander has himself a Sheepstick finished up, Blade Mill's finished up as well. Looks like everybody just more or less in the same mindset of Garcup, just almost like a Phantom Assassin with all his damage. He does a bunch of damage, just basically get a Blade Mill, let him kill himself. Because when one Blade Mill doesn't work, when I get 2, 3, 4, or 5, it makes sense to me. But we got a Blade Mail finished up on both Prophet and also Vengeful Spirit, the two main people who want to jump into the middle fight and be effective. We have DK working on that AC, as I stated before, almost level 16. I hope he's level 16. He's not level 16, but he will be level 16 here soon. Going to continue to collect those right clicks. And at Mom Gaming, once he does hit level 16, I think we're going to start seeing the game start to turn a lot more in favor of KPG. We see the goal graphics starting to turn in their favor as we go along. They are matching up in towers. They're actually, doing better in towers. So that is slightly concerning now, especially considering that QMD still have the lead as far as the farm goes, but yet they have less towers than KPG goes. I still like to call towers sitting money bags. I don't know if you guys ever do that, or if you guys ever consider that. But basically, if you have more towers than your enemy does, and by this I mean one tower, because I just counted towers, my bad. But if you have more, like one tower more than your enemy does, basically the towers that you have gone already, that your enemy has still available for them, those are just basically free money sitting out there. If you can just basically win one team fight, just go kill a quick tower, maybe rotate, kill another tower. That's 2,000 gold plus the team fight gold go in your favor. That's going to make things a lot more heavy and a lot more dangerous for KPG going forward, because if they do, assuming they did have a bigger tower advantage actually initially thought, if they do end up losing a big team fight, they might end up in a really, really bad situation where, oh man, we lost a big team fight, and we lost a lot of towers, and on top of that, Garcup suddenly has a rapier. So, a rapier satanic. Speaking of casuals, Nature's Prophet hanging out in the base. Gonna go ahead and do some more deep Super Ninja, Nature's Prophet Ninja warding. Drops an observer right in the base. I don't know if anybody will ever see this. It's way out of vision right now. It's a support for paying attention to the minimap. There were no Nature's Prophets here, but Prophet gonna go ahead and be able to TP out here soon. Waiting for the courier. Doesn't find anything. Instead, TP's down. What's he gonna do? He's waiting for it. Oh, okay, he doesn't see it. Oh, he sees it. Oh my gosh, he sees it. He saw the courier. Guys, he saw the courier. Will he Prophet? Will he TP in for it? Oh, he's gonna wait for it to come back. Okay, he buys himself a TP scroll. And kills some trees. Waiting around the corner. Oh my gosh, Prophet, will you kill the courier again? Oh my gosh, if Slander kills the courier, I'll be very, very, very sad for this courier. This courier has been pretty much getting beat up this whole entire game if he dies again. Where's the courier? Oh. What? I thought it left. Slander. Slander just waiting for it. But this is literally what you do as an Nature's Prophet. You just, just fishing. This is a Nature's Prophet equivalent of fishing. Fishing for couriers. Like, come on, just take the bite. Oh my gosh, and the courier has a hook too. Oh, that's perfect. Anyway, not really much going on right now. Nobody really knows where anybody else is. Prophet knows where he's at, and actually he's hiding. Oh man, we see TP's in. They're coming immediately back to the base. I think Nature's Prophet might be a little bit trouble. Viper draws up Tornado Stick. Oh, sorry, Tornado Stick comes out from Elder Titan, and we got a lot of damage. Oh man, will Prophet making a lot of damage? No! He gets stunned up, but officially goes down. Slander dying for his insolence. Too many treants. and officially reveals the fact that he was there. I don't know if they'll find the observer word. They probably won't, but still, that has to be a very, very, very sad feeling. Prophet, like, he almost made it out, gets tornadoed out by ET, who got in just in time, and then almost TP's out again, gets stunned out by Ogre Magi, who TP's in just in time. Oh, the sadness, the amount of sadness that he feels right now, is probably pretty high. But all that said, KPG pretty much look like they're just relaxing, letting their carry farm up, which is the DK. He should be level 16 by now, and he is in fact level 16. AC almost finished up about 400, no, it's 600 more gold left for that. And once he does have that full shoot, oh, Prophet, oh no, Prophet feels sad. He dies in the tree, or he dies in the base, and sees the courier just say lulls as it, oh, you can't see, lulls as he flies away that way. We'll probably see Prophet TP and immediately back into the base. Just really depends. TP comes on top from Viper. Viper going to go ahead and push this lane back. We got not really much going on. 34 minutes into the game. Let's take a look at the state of the gold graphs, and let's show that gold earned. I want to see who's earned the most gold. Pretty much all teams are pretty much at 0. It's about, what was that, almost 1k gold? Or it's not even 1k, it's about 500 gold in favor of QMD. So extremely close game for what it is right now. Especially considering that we have both sides more or less equally matched. I think, to a certain extent, either Nature's Prophet or DK, actually the combination of the two, can probably go as late as a Gyrocotter can possibly go in this game. I don't think that there's any fallback for QMD. They do have Elotine, who's doing fantastic as far as his ability to actually survive and make you do a little bit of damage. Oh my gosh, he's building an Aghanim Scepter, guys! Holy crap! Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap! We got shortcut building an Aghanim Scepter. Heck yeah. This is what I'm talking about. That's 3k gold. Build it, do it, do it. Yes! And let's see Prophet kill this courier. Will Prophet scout it out? He should have vision of this. He sees the courier. Will he do it? Oh, Prophet. Oh, Prophet doesn't decide to do it. He sees it's too risky. Aghanim Scepter is up on L-Titan though, so Shortcut will be able to just impress us with his beautiful ulti, which is still on a 100-second cooldown. But hey, he gets to disarm people when his ulti goes through. That's like cool, right? And blue, right? Well, actually it's green. Cool and green. Close enough. Primary colors, guys. Come on. Knowledge. Anyway. We see the rotations do come through. We might see a team fight happen here soon. Prophet's Treants, they should be able to scout out the rotation coming on through from Viper. They'll still be alive by then. DK AC is officially available, and he's level 16, so he's more than ready to kill anybody. So Free Scotty is available, so DK finally has a Scotty plus of Battle Fury to a certain extent for a whole entire 60 seconds. The downtime for that is actually pretty disgusting, anyway. So we'll see. We see the rotations actually coming towards Road Speed. Oh man, Slender might be the first one to go down. What's going to be able to scout it out? Just having the vision available as well. ET shows up. Tornistic gets thrown on top of Undying. Undying does get hit with a nice little stomp from L-Titan. Here comes the damage. Undying does drop his ulti. No tombstone did come through. Meanwhile, around the backside, DK pops that BKB. Going to go full man mode, trying to find somebody. L-Titan ulti comes through. Doesn't really do much of anything. BKB gets popped by Visual Spirit. She is going to be able to make the Gyrocopter continue to chase. And now we got DK in a lot of trouble. Venus does cancel her TP and continues to run through. Tries to save the DK, and looks like everybody just more or less died in a very awkward splatter of deaths. We see blood, guts, and tears everywhere, all over the place. Just everywhere. Just oh man, so disgusting. But really, what happened in that fight was just basically ET and crew were able to catch up the Undying, who is to a certain extent KPG's strongest piece of team fight. His tombstone really needs to be down for them to actually do much, and they also need the fight to happen around the tombstone. That said, we're also at the point where Gyrocopter's flat cannon will probably kill all of the zombies every single time they spawn, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, Gyrocopter's damage is actually really high. And now Gyrocopter will be able to pick himself up H, plus he will be able to also pick up, ooh, Slander, oh, Slander, will you do it? Looks like Slander, looks like he's going to do it. He's going to go pop the Treants come through, no Treants coming through. Oh, he pops his ulti instead, and his ulti doesn't really do anything. And Aegis goes to Gyrocopter. Prophet gets to watch. At least Slander had vision of it. At least he knew what was going to happen. And he just TP'd up. Alright, so what else do we see? Jesus, everybody's almost getting 6-slotted. Prophet, I mean, he has a sheep stick, and he's not playing push, he's playing more so for backup carry. Yeah, Prophet's doing well. I can't really complain too much. DK, on the other hand, I think DK does need a bigger item. Crit would be fantastic for him as well. Mechanism is nice and all, and Bottle is nice and all, but I think Crit and possibly Satanic too, just because he does have splash damage to take advantage of it. Those would be fantastic items for him to have. Speaking of Satanic, Gyrocopter working with Satanic, probably going to build might build a Rapier. Has a lot of gold saved up. The L-Titan Stomp does catch both Vincel Spirit and DK, and they might be in trouble. It looks like they're going to go ahead and go for towers. They're going to go ahead and prioritize targets. Mechanism gets popped immediately. DK comes and takes a bunch of damage already, right out the back. Viper and crew are going to be able to do a whole bunch of damage. Speaking of a whole bunch of damage, we got L-Titan ulti coming through, pulling it right back in. We got a nice little stomp coming from L-Titan. Wish like the ulti bouncing around the backside. He still does a crap ton of damage, and now ET will officially not be going down. Holy crap survives. Meanwhile, team fights happening in the middle of the base. Gyrocopter does go down, but Aegis does get popped. That's all that really happened. EC throws us Astral Spirit to help us. Gyrocopter will be able to die here in a few seconds. What's actually, oh my gosh, relocates just in time. Looks like Bliss will be sacrificing her life for the greater good. Nobody has a punch hook to keep her alive, so Wisp will be dying unless they can time a Force Staff correctly. It looks like they won't. Wisp will be dying as tribute. She volunteered as tribute. Sorry guys, had to do it. But let's see, things for DK to get. MKB would be nice as well. MKB, really nice item for DK to have to supplement his damage. Also, another really great item for him to have too would be potentially a Basher into an A-Blade, just to help out. I mean, it won't really matter much when he's Dragon form, because his ulti form does count him as a range, and he won't be able to take advantage of the 25% bash chance. But at least it's, I don't know, it'd be a nice item for stats plus damage. Why not?
Tower is under attack.
Alright, so I see the commands, guys. We see the commands. The chat saying Roko on the Gyrocopter, please go Divine. He can definitely go Divine, but first he must get a Butterfly. I don't know. If he gets a Divine, he probably has to replace his boots. So, BKB, Manta Style, Divine Rapier, MKB, Butterfly, Satanic. That sounds legit. That's a legit build. I'd do that. That sounds like a build I would do. I mean, it doesn't mean it's good, but I'd do it. Alright, around the corner we might find somebody about to die. We got TP coming out immediately from Undying. He doesn't want to die right now. Almost gets tornadoed up. We got a nice little TP coming out from Wishlocker. He does TP out just in time. BKB gets popped by DK, and he TPs out of time. Everybody's just basically TPing out in a very, very weird fashion. Wish relocates 2 feet forward, and we'll be relocating right back. Best relocate ever. And now Wisp and crew going to go ahead and push on down bottom. BKB charge was used by DK though. Oh my gosh, a missile from Gyrocopter slapping Wishlocker in the face. Of course, there were the olden days where Gyrocopter's missile used to get infinite damage, so it can just like one-shot you if it just chased you too long. So beware the missiles. But sadly, this is the new days of Dota. Ooh, Heaven's Halberd would be nice on DK too. Pretty much Heaven's Halberd on anybody right now on the side of KPG would be fantastic. Undying is working on looks to be a Heaven's Halberd, so he is going to be the one to pick that up. Sanj is coming his way soon. Bottom tower for the Dire is actually taking quite a bit of damage. It does officially go down. Last hit going towards Gyrocopter because he wants his Rapier. And he will be able to get his Eagle Song here in a few seconds. Prophet hanging on top. Slander, will he be able to get the kill on top of a tower before anything happens? The answer probably no. TP's immediately coming out. They don't want to even risk that. They don't even want him getting ideas. Torstaff comes forward for Ogre Magi, looking for TP and Prophet. Finds nothing but dead trees. And here comes Mitra. One of the cool things about having a Viper is that pretty much anything that hits you kills itself. And Ogre Magi is just going to go ahead and stun some creeps. Why not? No ags. I'm trying to work for it. Alright. So we got the Geometry Sight's actually up on ET, so he's going. He has been doing some dewarding. I don't see any Shadow Blades or anything on the side of the KPG side, but I do see a Scotty. Something a little bit more impressive than a Shadow Blade. Why not? Well, why go for a freaking Shadow Blade when you can go for a Scotty? The ability of Vincel Spirit to kite people would be fantastic now. She can actually make herself a little bit more useful instead of just swapping in and dying. She can actually pop BKB and become one of the primary carries for a team. So KPG officially have what's called a tri-core lineup, where basically 3 people are relied on to do the damage equally, and if one person gets really shut down really hard, doesn't matter, you have 2 more. Prophet doing it despite the fact that I don't agree with his build fully, with going so heavily right-click, without a Desolator at least. Which a Desolator after a Maelstrom would be all that impressive anyway. But a Desolator I think will increase his damage by a lot and also help him bite through Gyrocopter quite fast. Anyway, Prophet, despite his build, me not agreeing with it, I do still think is very decent in the sense that he can still become that primary carry. Of course, we've seen him actually get a few kills here or there. Blamel, helping out as far as dealing damage back to these guys and making sure they don't kill him as fast. And also the BKB really helping out, and the Sheepstick is fantastic as well. Speaking of things being fantastic, oh man, DK forced once again to pop that BKB just to TP out. At Mon Gaming, not really having the greatest of times. I'm going to go ahead and send the courier back into the secret shop where it might die. Wish Doctor around the corner though. Wish Doctor will be TPing out. Courier coming through. I don't know if Courier will like this. Courier coming in for some chop. Not going to like it. Buying himself a D-minute, so MKB will be the big item choice for DK next. Good item, especially since that guy right now has a butterfly, more evasion, more annoyance. But the more damage DK can get, the better off he'll be. Meanwhile, we got Nature's Prophet dying in the middle of nowhere. So if a Nature's Prophet falls in the forest, will anybody hear it? The answer is nobody cares because he died. Nature's Prophet still playing a pretty good game. I like the fact that he built a Sheepstick. We'll just have to see if they can actually make anything happen. Oh my gosh, Gyrocops is so freaking big right now. That's what she said. But Gyrocops is doing so much damage right now, doing a whole bunch of damage, plus he has Bloodlust, attacking really darn fast. Has Flat Cannon up in 20 seconds, that's one save for PG. We probably won't see QMD push in too terribly hard until that Flat Cannon is available, so Gyrocops can continue to do the damage. But we see the damage actually coming through. DK force pops ulti already. BKB gets popped, and here comes, oh man, getting slowed up, getting kited like a boss. Eventually, ulti does come through. Now she catches the Gyrocops doing a nice little chunk of damage. BKB gets popped on both sides. Here comes the Scotty as well, not able to have the most right click there, or range to actually do much with it. BKB does get popped on. Gyrocops officially going to be going down. Nice little kill. Prophet shows up as well. He bought back. He pops BKB on the backside, gets himself a kill on top of ET. ET does officially go down. Fantastic play coming up for these guys. And the MKB almost finished up by DK. Like I said before, when you have towers left up, those are pretty much sitting money bags. Speaking of sitting money bags, Prophet looks like he's getting ready to farm some money. It looks like, you know, imagine, might lose his life, pop himself, oh man, he pops himself a bounty room. So at the least, he'll be able to get himself a little bit more gold in the next week, but he still loses it. Meanwhile, the bottom tower for the Radiant does fall down, so the Gorgaf is going to swing even more in the favor of KPG. We see that the Gold graph, my bad. The gold graph is showing that QMD did have a nice little hold, but looks like it's going to be slanting down here pretty heavily here very soon. The gold earn showing that KPG are still pulling it back in their favor, despite the fact that they are technically at a very weird, awkward impasse. And oh yeah, there you go. The gold graph finally sloping back down. But they're at a very awkward impasse where they have quite an advantage, but they can't really push in too terribly hard because VS can actually swap out. Now, speaking of swapping out, we got Elotan in a lot of trouble. Gets 4-step forward, takes a nice little stun to the face. Here comes a Blamo again, popped by Venture Spirit as well. Here comes the damage coming out from everybody else. Gyrocops can't buy back because he can buy back, but he's not going to. He's going to go ahead and instead wait for 20 seconds. We'll go ahead and forfeit these bottom axes, and this is where we see the advantage come through for KPG. Gyrocops is forced to buy back. He needs to get back into this fight. Wiz can relocate him in, or Wiz can at least help him out. Gyrocops is going to pop all that damage, doing a whole bunch of damage to everything else. Sadly, finding nothing to right click, and DK is around the corner and very vulnerable. Wish Doctor ulti bouncing around. Who needs a carry when you have Wish Doctor? Look at the goals with Sam right now. Wish taking a bunch of damage. That Aghanim Scepter and Wish Doctor's doing quite a bit of work. And here comes Gyrocops going to be going down. GG well played comes off from Wish. They're going to go and tap out on QMD side. KPG proving to be a little bit too much this time around. And here comes the poison. And boom goes the Ancient. Boom goes the Ancient. Ancient goes boom. There. We'll call it at that. That's really it, guys. That was actually a fairly well played game. I want to say it was very close. I thought QMD had it, and I really favored that lineup. But then you just all of a sudden saw KPG just have too much for them to deal with at once. Basically, the simple fact that Venture Spirit built so primary carry role, and also the fact that Nature's Prophet had built so primary carry role, they basically all made themselves a threat on KPG side. Like nobody on the side of KPG side, with the exception of Undying, did not make themselves a threat. Undying kind of just was there. I guess he was the 5 position in this very farm heavy lineup. But they were able to get their farm. They made themselves very primary targets where Venture Spirit, if you ignored DK, Venture Spirit dealt with you. If you ignored Venture Spirit or DK, then Nature's Prophet dealt with you, and you just had issues. You just had issues with kind of adjusting to it. So nice flexible lineup. KPG, well played. I'll give you guys all the commends in the world. That said, my name is Cool Blue. If you guys enjoy my cast, please, I don't know, have fun. Say you enjoyed it. Cry. Like, subscribe, I don't know. Oh, YouTube channel, right. If you guys want to check me out more of my stuff, you can check out my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/coolbluedota. That's CULBLUDOTA. I have a bunch of Dota commentaries that I do. I do random pubcasts, viewer replay casts, and also me playing matchmaking, because I'm very bad. So why not just watch me be very bad online as a support? Heck yeah. So that's really it about me. I have other channels too, but I'm not going to bother you guys with them. If you guys want to check out more of the JDL stuff, definitely go buy a ticket and go support the event. It's a very fantastic event. I've been following it ever since the very first one. I actually casted a few games in the very first one, but not as heavily because I couldn't live stream. But I did it nonetheless. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to leave it at that. And as always, I'll see you guys whenever.